For my second story, this month I'd like to talk to you about Rachel. Now, Rachel was a busy working mum. She had two young boys, two boisterous boys that she was looking after. She was managing a house and also working as a full-time accountant from home all during lockdown. Rachel came to me really because she was feeling overwhelmed. She was struggling with some anxiety. She began to see her own behaviour reflected in her young boys, and she knew that she needed to make some real conscious life choices and make some changes that she'd been thinking about for a long time. So she came to me really with an open book. She was willing to explore. We did quite a bit of work up front, looking at her values and her purpose. That was really important to her. And then during our sessions together, some of the most wonderful things that I witnessed was the more aware and conscious that Rachel began to be about herself, the more excited about life and the opportunities that she was able to see as the sessions unfold. Rachel was also become acutely aware of some really negative inner dialogue, a real negative inner critic about herself. And she was a self-proclaimed perfectionist. So even if she got all of her work done and got everything done during the day, it was never quite good enough. So it was really useful for her to be able to identify that negative thought so she could actually start challenging it. The other thing that Rachel found was that she was beginning to realise that the way she communicated with other people wasn't necessarily effective. What she realised was, and we all do this to some degree, is that she would not really be listening to what people said. She would be waiting for them to speak so she could come back with an answer. And one of the things that Rachel really wanted was connection and rapport. And she realised the way she was communicating with other people wasn't building that. So we worked on ways to actually challenge and change the way that she was able to listen and hold space for people. And that was something that was quite transformational for Rachel. And I checked in with Rachel recently, and we talked about sort of what she got out of coaching and where she was now, and some of the strengths that coaching gave her. And to summarise, really, Rachel said that if she could sum up the two things that the strengths she got out of coaching, the first one was awareness, the awareness piece, which she said she'll keep with her for the rest of her life. And I think that's really the mirror, me being the mirror as the coach for her, that allowed her to gain that awareness. So that was the first strength. And then the second strength was the space of non-judgmental listening. So being listened to, really listened to, without judgment. And that gave her the strength to be able to explore the things that she probably would never have explored before with anybody else. And looking at what Rachel really got out of the coaching, I guess it was courage, the courage to be able to make the choices and then make the changes. And when I spoke to her recently, she said that as a result, she gave up her job finally. She rethought, she took the time actually to be able to explore different things, and she's still doing that now. She's not rushing into something that she doesn't need to do, and she's aligning everything that she does to purpose, and she's much happier. She also said that her relationships have been transformed. She enjoys now giving people the space to be able to listen, and she has much more fluid, connected conversations. And most of all, she said her relationship with her boys and her husband and her friends has actually transformed as well. Now, if you connect with any of that story and any of that interests you and you'd like to find out more, just have a chat with me, then feel free to contact me. If you are interested in finding out more about coaching, you can look out for my newsletter via my website, or you can look out for it on LinkedIn or any of my other social media channels. And as I said, if you've got any other questions about coaching, then please feel free to reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you.